actually dusted by this time. It's been a very busy day and very busy evening for me, but I committed to Coach Mo that I would do the 30 days in photos. It's 30 photos in 30 days, Mo Knows Photos. Excuse me. So I picked this one, and I actually had headphones in from both. So let me know if you can hear. I think I might actually just take the Bluetooth out. I think it's driving me nuts. So I think I'm going to do that one off. So give me 1 second here and get that off. That one bothers me. So hopefully you can hear me. And we're going to do this. So there we go. Coughs are out. If you're here, let me know you're here. Hi, Sherry. How are you? So 30 days, 30 photos in 30 days. This week is mine and Miller's 29th anniversary week. On Saturday is our 29th anniversary. So I thought that this week during my 30 days, hey Rob, I'm going to focus on Tom and Katie pictures. I like to say that we're the original Tomcat. I don't know if that's really true, but I like to say that. So today's photo, hey Linda, hey Chris, hey Rob, I'm so glad you guys are here. And Sherry, I've got Facebook and Instagram going again. So today's picture was taken in September of '86. Thank you so much. And our first date, oh my gosh, my nephew's on here. Hey Josh. So our first date was actually July 15th of '86. Sherry, I will show you how I did a frame on BeLive later, and it's really easy. Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong. I think I've got Miller's man cold. Oh my gosh. You know, that could be deadly. Josh, I am dying to catch up with you and Savannah, so we'll have to talk later. Anyway, our first date was July 15th. And then I went away on a vacation, and, you know, school started, and I think this might actually be our very first photo. It was homecoming, so it would have been at the very beginning of the school year. And so this is, and I'm going to show it to Instagram first because it comes up here first. Actually, you can actually both see it. So this was our first official picture together, I think. This was homecoming. I was 17 years old, and he was 18. Let me take this over to Facebook. Can you see this okay? If you can see it, let me know. So this was our first official picture. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, oh my gosh. First of all, that's what Miller looked like with hair. Some of you have never seen Miller with hair. Blonde hair, blue eyes, lots of curls, feathered back. He had like the perfect 80s hair feathered back. And I'm looking back and going, oh my gosh, I look like a baby. I look like a baby, you guys. I honestly look like a baby. I don't know if you can see this well, but I look like a baby. And I was looking at the dress, and I'm like, I loved this dress. Do you know, I think I borrowed this dress from a friend. I still look the same thing, young. Thank you very much. You know, I'm going to be 50 years old this year, you guys. I can't believe I just said that out loud. I feel like I just like spit or something, you know. But that's how you remember me. Yeah, you know what? It's Linda, this would have been just a few years before that. You would have seen me like this. Yeah. But I look like a little kid here. And I was looking back at the picture, and I was thinking at how different the homecoming dresses are now from what they were. Because when we went to homecoming, it was not, I mean, it was a dance. It was fancier than a regular dance, but it wasn't formal. Miller looks proud that he has the pretty girl. Aw, thank you. You know, my mom used to call him Neck back then because yeah, you can see. Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it. I'm going to put that picture up. For those of you on Instagram, I can post my comments up on the screen and BeLive. And so Roger Isaacson said I still look like a young lady. So I'm going to take that. But I loved this dress. I absolutely loved this dress. And I thought this picture to me looks like innocence. And for me, it really was. I don't know about anybody else. I didn't date a lot. I really didn't date a lot of people. That's the look, the smile. Yep, I have that print. I didn't date a lot, and I had dated a guy a little bit before Tom, and I didn't want to date anybody else. I just didn't want to date anyone for a while. I just was like wanting to be, quiet. And I remember thinking, you know what, Lord, you're going to have to bring the right guy for me at the right time because I'm not even looking. And I worked at Baskin Robbins. And this guy, the boy with the blue eyes, came walking into Baskin Robbins. And at the time, it was summertime and the line would be like out the door. And, it was busy and you're scooping ice cream. And it was one of those nights, And I saw this guy with the blue eyes and the blonde hair come in and he kept getting out of line. And I thought, what is wrong with him? And he was looking and he kept going like this and he'd get out of line. And I thought, why would you get out of line? That line's out to the door. Dude, don't you want your ice cream? And so when he finally got up and I waited on him, he goes, yeah, I want some ice cream. And then he just smiled. And I thought, is there something wrong with you? And I said, okay, we have 31 flavors, So he picked out strawberry shortcake. And then he sat there smiling again. And I thought, what is wrong with him? I was a little dense. Yeah, no, he wasn't there for the ice cream. And so he finally figured out that he wanted a sugar cone, and I got it for him, and he left. Now, this Baskin Robbins he went to the rival high school. He went to Warren Woods Tower, and I went to Warren Cousino. And this Baskin Robbins was actually in Warren Woods Tower's district. So it was a little bit further from where I lived, not that much. And so all the girls that worked there all went to Tower, and I didn't. So they all kind of acted like they knew him. So I asked the one girl, and I said to her, I said, who is that? Who is that guy? And she goes, oh, that's Tommy Miller. And she said it like he was like a movie star, like everybody knew him. And I go, oh. And she goes, why, do you like him? And I go, no. And I just kind of left it like that. Well, he kept coming into Baskin Robbins. And he came in, he worked at Buscemi's, which was down the street. Some of you, if you're from Michigan, know Buscemi's Pizza. And he came in and said, do you want to trade pizza for ice cream? And I said, yeah, I really don't like pizza. And he was like, dude, he just kept looking at me like, you don't like pizza? And so he came in the next day and said, what about subs? Do you want to trade subs for pizza? And before I could even answer, my boss goes, I like subs. So he kept coming in for like 2 weeks. And finally, I was off the one day. And great, now I want pizza and ice cream. I have ice cream, no pizza. He came in and I wasn't working. And I told the girls, I said, I have a feeling he's going to come in and ask me for my phone number. Don't give him my phone number, whatever you do. And why I said that, I don't really know, because I was curious. You know what I mean? He kept trying, and I did. I kept knocking him down. I was a little dense. I wasn't getting it, So he came in, and he left his phone number for me. He actually left me both lines at Buscemi's and his home phone number. Now, he will tell you, that I chased him. That is an untrue story. And at some point, I will show you. I don't know where the album is, but I will show you. I still have the piece of paper with the phone numbers on it. So anyway, he left his phone numbers for me, and I think I waited a week before I called him. And I called him, and we went out, and probably very naive. I really was. I didn't get it. So we went out, and we went to Salvatore's Scallopini for dinner, which is another local Michigan restaurant, and one of my favorites. Excuse me. And then we went and saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So we still watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off every year on our anniversary. So anyway, it was all history from there. But like I said, I think that this is our first official picture together. Because back in 1986, you didn't take pictures just to take pictures. when you first started going out with somebody, like you would on selfies. You have seen that my niece is on there. I know. Oh, Uncle Tommy. My niece is on Facebook. Now everybody takes selfies, and even sometimes their first dates, they take selfies with their phones. But we didn't do that because you had to buy the film, you had to develop the film, and it was just, you didn't do that. You didn't walk around with cameras all the time. The story of the guy, when you know she's the girl. You know what? I'm telling you, I didn't know at that time that he was the guy. All I knew is that I never had so much fun in my life as I did on that date with him. And we literally talked every single day from that moment on. We just did. And until he left for basic training, we had talked every day. Then you did the rolls of film and didn't know what's on until you got them. I know, Linda, how many of you, none of the millennials on here will know what I'm talking about. How many of you had rolls of film and you took them all in and went, well, I wonder what's on these. And when you got them back, you went, oh, because we've all had those, but he might have had a thought. You know what? Tom told his friends after our first date, he said, if I ever get married, that will be the girl that I marry. And he told me that, and I thought, oh, okay. Because I wasn't thinking that. I never had a Polaroid, Rob. I always wanted one. And I think I felt that way because, about not wanting to, engage in a relationship and not wanting to really get serious. I think I felt that way because my parents had such an ugly divorce. And I think I was afraid of that. And I think you are still technically a millennial, Amber. I think I was afraid of that. I think I was afraid of getting hurt like that. You know what I mean? And in fact, even after we got married, for probably the first couple years at least, anytime we had a fight, I thought, oh, this is it. This is the end. This is how it's going to end. And it really took a long time. And I think it was really, God really had to minister to my heart and let me understand that I'm worthy of being loved. You know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing that this picture shows me right here is that Tom loves me when I look good, when I don't look good, when I'm good to him, when I'm a brat. That's not very often though. when I'm tired, when I'm not tired. He just, you know what I mean? God answered my prayer to send the right person, even when I didn't really realize that's what I was praying. You know what I mean? I said it, but I don't really realize that that's what I thought. Crystal, you do get it. And I was comfortable with the ladies way back to kindergarten. Rob Saunderson was comfortable with the ladies. You know what? Tom Miller was comfortable with the ladies the day he was born. And he is a good one. He really is. I have never met somebody... I'm going to cry. This is Tom's niece on Facebook, says he does love you. I've never met somebody who loves as hard as Tom Miller, who works as hard as he does, and who is as kind and giving as he is. I hope he's not listening to this because I don't want him to get a big head. But he really, really, truly is. He's not perfect. He's not. He makes me really mad a lot. I make him really mad a lot. But when it comes right down to it, I know that he is that answer to prayer that I prayed all those years ago. And I said, you know what, Lord, you're going to have to bring the right guy at the right time. I just didn't know that was going to be the right time. So from the time I was 17, I have been with Tom Miller. And on Saturday, we will celebrate 29 years of marriage. So 29 years, 3 kids later, several dogs. Oh, and our house is paid off this week. So let me see. On Instagram it says, when boys played blocks and house, I was a stereotypical Italian. I played house with a wife, and there was another girl, my girlfriend. I kissed my kindergarten teacher. That's funny. I will never forget the day he dropped what he was doing to help your mom's friend not taken advantage by the car rental place. Yes. You know, you're right, Linda. Tom is that kind of, you know what Josh said is awesome. Tom is the kind of guy that will drop everything for anybody. And I have to tell you, this is so funny. My niece is on Facebook, and it's actually Tom. She's my niece, but she's Tom's niece, if that makes sense. I had nieces first because of Tom. I had to wait many, many years before I had nieces. But Amber was probably about a year and a half, Ams, when Tom and I started dating. And when she would come running to see us, she didn't say, we weren't like two people. We were like one person to her. It was Tommy Katie. And she'd yell, Tommy Katie, it's Tommy Katie. And I can't believe that she's got 2 kids now. Wow. You guys, how does 29 years go like that fast? In fact, it's been 32 years that we've been together. We've been together 32 years and married 29. Wow, am I old. Holy schmoly. Oh, well. At least I can still remember these dates, right? So I just wanted to... We were the original Tomcat, weren't we? So here's a fun fact for you guys. I want you to go back and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. On our first date, we saw that movie. And on our first date, we didn't notice. You know how when you watch a movie, you don't notice all the details right away? The mom and dad in the movie, their names are Tom and Katie. Katie Bueller, Tom Bueller. Shut it, I'm older than you. Linda, you're not older than me. You just think you are. Again, 1985 was a good year. 1985, I didn't know Tom. I met Tom in June of 86, and we had our first date in July of 86. So, how many of you remember the details from your very first date with the person that you love? And how many years ago was it? That's what I want to know. I transferred from a public school to a Catholic school, and the first day before they gave me a desk, I sat in a reading corner when I called. Oh my gosh. So Rob on Instagram got yelled at by nuns when he was in 2nd grade because a girl kissed him. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that Tom Miller, the boy with the blue eyes. So anyway, oh, thanks, Josh Swafford. Linda, yeah, be glad you're on Instagram today, because on Facebook I've got a gentleman saying that he would have turned a year old in December of that year. Linda, I still remember you at Camp Holiday when it was the summer my parents were divorcing, so I must have been 11 or 12. And I still remember that you were the camp counselor there. Tom was smart when he found the right woman. Tom's a smart man. He's probably one of the smartest guys I know. He really is. Really, really, really blessed to have him. 1980. Was that 1980 when we were at Camp Holiday? Wow. So it must have been the summer before 6th grade. So I had to be 11. I had to be. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, so this is my day 2 of 30 days, or 30 photos in 30 days. If you want to join me on this challenge, please do so. Make sure you hashtag it 30 photos in 30 days, or hashtag Mo Knows Photos. I don't see Tom on here often, but he seems like a great dude. You know what? You won't see Tom on here very often. He's not the social media kind of guy, although he gets in my snaps. You'll see him on Snapchat more often. In fact, he was on Snapchat today. He was explaining his driving skills. I don't even know what to do with him in driving. But anyway, who Who is Mo? Mo, you don't know Coach Mo? Oh my gosh. So Coach Mo, I met on Snapchat 2 years ago. She periscopes every day, and so I saw her on Periscope, and she's fabulous. She lives on the East Coast, and she's a life coach basically, and she's just fantastic. I think she's my age. She might be a little bit older than me. I'm not sure. I will tag her in the comments on this and on Facebook so that you guys can get to know her. But I love Coach Mo. I don't know how to say her last name without looking at it, so I just have to go look because I know her as Coach Mo. Messersmith. Maureen Nestler Messersmith. That is her name. And she is fantastic. Josh, I will be in Houston. Oh my gosh, I get to see you, don't I? Will you guys drive up and see me, please? I will be in Houston Thursday night, the 28th of June, and I will be there till Sunday morning, the 1st of July. Friday during the day, I'm going to help set up for the conference, and then there's a social Friday night, but I can't imagine that it's going to be the entire time. Saturday is the conference. Saturday night, I think I'm free. I don't know that anybody has anything planned, and I fly out really, really stupid early in the morning Sunday. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it must have been a lot cheaper for me to fly out that early. But I would love to see you. Absolutely love to see you. Do you know it's been 2 years since I've seen you in Savannah? So I want to see you guys. If you guys want to know who I'm talking to on Instagram, Josh is my brother's number 2 child. And Josh is a good nephew. He's fantastic. And his wife, Savannah, is a doll. I adore them both. And so proud of them. So proud of them. They just bought their first house. They've been married. You guys have been married 3 years? 2 years or 3 years? You can drive out to Houston? Yes! Josh, I love you guys more than I did before. I will text Savannah. You like this is sign language for text. It's not ASL, it's Katie SL, KSL. So I will text Savannah and give her details, and then we'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to get off here. It is 10:30. I'm exhausted. I spent most of the evening with my dad tonight, and he's going through a really rough patch right now. So my dad's wife is really, really sick, and my dad's 86. And he's starting to act 86. So anyway, so you understand that. So text it away. You guys have a wonderful night. And I know I don't turn into a pumpkin. I turn to dust. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for joining me. It means the world. Josh and Savannah, I can't wait to see you. And I'm going to end this. Those of you on Facebook, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Instagram, thank you. Bye.